Cool, we live.
It still says waiting. It's not. I'm not getting anything through yet.
You'll check now. It says live 10 seconds.
Ah.
You see?
Mm-hmm. There.
Awesome. There should be a delay. Alright.
There it is.
Cool. Let's just get the quality up over here so we can see some stuff. Awesome. Yeah.
It's a bit of a delay, which is weird.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Alright, guys.
What's up, guys?
Cool. Hey, guys. What's up?
We're Jason and Jonathan again, as usual, as you know us. Except this time it's a little bit different. We're doing a live stream for the first time. So yeah, it's our first live stream. So hopefully it goes smoothly. It's the first time that we've tried this. It's quite weird because as we're looking at the camera, we're watching ourselves on YouTube and there's a delay. So that's a bit confusing. It looks like there's a duplicate of us doing different stuff to what we do.
It's so crazy, but at least we can see the chat and stuff. So yeah, it's really awesome.
So yeah, guys. So this is the first, and basically what it is, it's sort of in it's sort of a question and answer format if we have time for that. But how we will start it off is that we're going to do kind of a recap of season 1. We're just going to talk about the videos we've done, try and get some feedback from you guys to see if you enjoyed the videos or what aspects about it you enjoyed the most, or if there's something that you'd like to see more of or less of, what you guys want us to do. So yeah, we just want to kind of interact with you guys and get your opinions and see what you say. But yeah, so we'll start off just.
Where are we actually? So
yeah, well, where we are now, we're in a location which it has a bit of history behind it. Apparently, the previous occupants of this house, or occupant that lived here, apparently he was there was a person that owned the house and he was living in here. He basically just moved in, so he was squatting here.
Yeah, he basically squatted and the landlord couldn't get him out. So,
But apparently what happened is that he wasn't 100% mentally stable, and he did a lot of, he actually practiced some ritualistic things inside the house, and there was like some strange occurrences around, and apparently people had heard him screaming madly from in here and stuff like that, and he was squatting in here, so I don't know if there was any like actual possessions or anything in the house, or because he was just kind of maybe sleeping on a mattress or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. And people said that he was like a manic depressive as well.
Yeah.
And so everything was all closed up all the time, and so yeah.
So what we've heard recently is that as people have been in the house, they've just heard things that are out of place, little noises and like sort of bangs and just noises that really shouldn't be there when it's all closed up.
Yeah.
So we decided that we'll actually do the live stream from this location because it kind of sets a nice theme for it, I think. So
yeah, it's very awesome.
So okay,
maybe we can hear something, eh?
Yeah.
Catch something.
If you guys see anything that we don't behind us or hear anything weird, just say so in the comments as well, because we won't necessarily see what's going on all around us and behind us and stuff. So
maybe the camera will pick up something that we can't really see.
Could be as well.
So yeah.
But if we look at the videos, the first one, our first episode that we ever did, which is when we launched our channel.
Yeah.
That was the episode where we went through the tunnel, which it was like that sort of waterway drainage tunnel that we went into.
And we actually thought that we were going one way, and we're actually going the completely opposite according to the map, because the map was like made in what, like the 1900s or something like that.
Yeah, the original old map. So and also it's confusing being underground, and you don't really notice where it turns and all that type of stuff. But it was very adventurous. The worst thing about it, I would say, is that as we progressed in the tunnel, it got gradually narrower, or not narrower but lower. The ceiling was like lower and lower. I don't think it got narrower though.
I actually thought that for me the roof actually stayed the same. I think the floor itself was lifting. So that's the way we found.
Yeah, well, it would be because the water was flowing towards us, which means it was flowing down.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It would have had to be like on a gradual. So we didn't make it to the end.
No.
We wanted to get to the end, but by that time your back becomes so, like, you experience so much pain from hunching over and walking the whole, especially with backpacks on. So and it was getting difficult to breathe. We could see our breath because there was so much moisture and stuff in
It
the
was
air,
very, very
and the
humid.
oxygen was low.
Right.
It didn't feel like there was much air.
Yeah,
So-
and even though there was like side, like small tunnels on the side coming from the foundation.
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
it was for drainage from the road.
Yeah.
I think to just run into there.
Yeah, so but even that didn't help with oxygen.
Not
It was
really.
just- yeah, it was a bit of a tight squeeze there.
Yeah.
But I don't think maybe if we go back there, we can see if we can reach the end. But
Yeah, well, I think we would just progress more quickly through the beginning
Yeah.
part of the tunnel, so that we can just make it to there, or we could just wear things that we don't mind getting wet, so we could actually just
we
crawl,
just crawl right through.
and
Yeah.
we can see where it comes on.
Yeah, so
But
guys, yeah, guys, if you guys want to see us go back in the tunnel and go like full deep inside there, just let us know in the comments, eh?
yeah, because
Really
we'd
cool.
definitely be up for it.
Yeah.
Because I mean that was a few months ago. Well, I mean it was last year.
Last
obviously.
year,
But it was in September, I think, wasn't it?
yeah, about September.
September last year. So it's actually quite a while. There's some things that might have even changed since we
Maybe-
were there last.
Maybe the bush has grown a bit more and stuff like that.
Yeah, and also depending on the amount of rainfall there's been, like the
Yeah.
water level obviously varies as well. But it's definitely, if you guys would be interested to see that, I mean, we'd like to go back there for sure, and see where it actually comes out, because I'm curious to see where the end of it is.
Yeah, no, really, really cool.
So, what did we do after that?
So the next episode was the St. Mary's Cemetery.
Yeah,
That was a fun one, eh?
so yeah, with the
Remember
St.
that?
Mary's Cemetery, that was now, we did it was in the afternoon, the sun was sort of going down a little bit, it wasn't 100% dark. But the cemetery was actually closed at the time, so that's why we couldn't just open the gate, we had to climb over that little wall.
Yeah, like you guys saw in the Settlers Valley video we just did recently. You could see that we went through there again and the gate was open. So obviously at
Yeah.
night time, a certain time they close it so people can't really go visit there and leave stuff around. But obviously
Yeah.
they can't stop like the vagrants and stuff from messing it up. and
Yeah,
stuff
because
like
it's within the hours that it's open, the gate operates. But yeah, we climbed in and we walked around, did a bit of investigating, so we found that little skull
that. Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, what was it again? Was it a
I think
monkey
it
or
was,
something?
no, I think it was a Dusty.
A Dassie, yeah.
What's the correct name for that thing? Oh,
Rock rabbit, isn't it?
No, but it's like a horax, rock horax. It's some weird name. It doesn't sound like it's. I can't. It's something like that. It definitely ends with like with an X or something.
Oh, let's
like
look
that.
up here. Dassie, badger, they call it actually.
No, but there's definitely another name for it. Just let me just see it quickly.
Yeah, guys, so we're just taking a look on Google to find out what actually the name is because. What?
This is like,
Horcrux. That's from Harry Potter.
let me just see, because I know there's another word.
Yeah, guys, so some of you guys mentioned in the comments of different names that it could have been, but we actually found out it was a Dassie because we actually went to a museum.
I'm not getting any. Oh, hyrax.
A hyrax.
Rock hyrax.
A rock hyrax.
Yeah, that's it. That's the proper name for it. I knew it was some strange type. See, there's it.
Yeah, so if you guys are not in South Africa and stuff like that, and you want to know what Dassie is, it's a rock hyrax.
And you can see, because like when we look at the picture of how it looks, you can see that skull because
With
that's
the
those two
teeth.
long teeth.
Yeah.
And so that's what we ended up establishing it was.
Yeah, no, it was
Hyrax.
very, very cool.
It's a strange word. It doesn't sound like a rodent.
Yeah.
Hyrax. It
Yeah.
sounds like a alien craft or something.
Yeah.
Hyrax is coming in for landing.
And so guys, yeah, so in the St. Mary's Cemetery, our thumbnail for that video was that we discovered an underground crypt.
Yeah.
Which when later on we revisited again, it was more open. The opening of the
Yeah.
crypt was broken through, and it was like, I don't know, it was just like completely messed up from vagrants and stuff sleeping in there. And it
Yeah,
was just-
people, because I think they gradually break it open more so that so it's easier to get in there, and it just smelled like terrible. Though.
It was disgusting, like feces.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just terrible.
That's as soon as you get close to it, you can note it, and then like if you look closer in, you can just it's terrible actually.
And I was actually looking, reviewing our footage of the St. Mary's Cemetery, where we actually saw, was it Reverend Francis
Francis
McKeelan.
McKeelan.
We actually saw his grave stone, his gravestone, like it was up.
Yeah.
It was not broken at all. But when we went back there, we saw that it had fallen over and
laying face down. That's why I struggled to find it again.
Yeah, we was like spent an hour basically
Yeah.
looking for it, and it was terrible.
But the way we found it, we saw his wife's stone first.
Yeah,
And then we
we did.
assumed, okay, it's that. And then judging by the picture that we remember and that we saw online, then it was laying face down.
Oh, it was such a hunt for that one.
Yeah.
But that church was also quite nice, eh?
Yeah, the
Very
ruins at the
interesting
top.
church. Yeah.
That's where he first, or where he was the, or what do you call it?
Pastor?
Yeah, it was like the first pastor
reverend,
of the,
yeah.
of the church.
Yeah. So that was very
But that was
cool.
interesting, yeah, because there was a bit of a different energy as we walked in the structure. Felt a little bit, I don't know, a little bit off. Like it felt different to how it felt coming from outside going in.
Yeah, well, we did see a swastika on there.
Swastika?
Yeah. Swastika.
It's not Arnold.
No, that's Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what you're saying.
No. Anyways, guys, so yeah, there were markings on the walls of the old church and stuff like that. So that was maybe could done something.
Because we weren't supposed to be there, but there was people. There's like a walkway around for the residents to walk on. There was people walking up there, and they saw us. But
Yeah.
I think they just saw that we were just like filming and taking pictures, so that they didn't seem too worried. I mean, nobody called police or anything like that, so that was fortunate. I think people can see most of the time that you're not there you're not like hiding or skittish, or you're just like taking pictures.
Yeah,
and film.
exactly. That is, yeah. So it was okay.
Yeah.
That's
That
all
was
right.
very interesting. There's a lot of old and dated tombstones from 1800s and early 1900s.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very
Yeah,
interesting.
no, and also later on in the night when we were filming there was like a lot of noise because
Yeah.
of that party that was happening or wedding or something.
Yeah, there was a wedding in the venue just across the road.
Yeah.
So that was creating a bit of interference at that time. But,
Yeah.
I think if you guys would like to see us go back there at night, we could do that. It definitely wouldn't be safe.
No, I don't think so.
Like that, because I mean the vagrants sleep there at night, and the area itself is not like.
And we definitely saw that there were more vagrants there the next time, the second time we went back.
Yeah, well, there was things just lying around, like, which it looked like maybe someone had snatched a bag and emptied the contents there. That's actually what it looked like.
Yeah. So maybe one day we'll go back there.
Yeah, I think so. Especially if you guys also want us to, then we can do that for sure. Especially at night, it'll be totally different.
Maybe we can get some EVP readings and
Yeah,
see what pops up.
definitely.
Talk about EVP readings. Our next episode was when we visited the Ridgely house.
Yeah.
And we met up with or encountered a ghost. Or
Yeah.
spirit named Alyssa, something like that.
Yeah. And but definitely, I'd say at Ridgely House, we went through the whole place. They did allow us to have the lights off, which was quite nice the way that they
Yeah.
cooperated. But the one room that they call the black room,
The black room, yeah.
it's meant for conferences and events. It's sort of upstairs in the house. There's tables and chairs in it. But apparently even the staff don't like to go in there when it's at night and the lights are off. Like nobody really goes in there.
Yeah.
So we decided we'll close ourselves in and switch the lights off. And then we did a little bit of EVP readings inside the room. But it felt very heavy in there. And even with your torch, the torches didn't work quite as well. The sound was muted. Very heavy atmosphere inside the room.
I think that was probably the most noticeable thing when we went in there was that torch.
Yeah.
Because like
Because it's like it didn't do anything.
Yeah, and everything was like muffled.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could not like
It
hear our voices.
felt like almost like a bubble or a vacuum.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was so strange.
And as we would do, we were getting responses on like EVP responses that seemed a little bit hostile and aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt as well, like as if something didn't want us to be in there.
Yeah.
And I got chills and goosebumps
Oh, it
and
was
things
instant.
like that.
It was instant.
And during that time, I actually heard like a thud in the room, sort of like a heavy step.
And I don't know if we recorded, was it upstairs or downstairs? Because there was no upstairs where we were.
No, because there's. I don't know if there's an attic in the building, but I didn't see. There was nothing mentioned about an attic.
No.
Or any entrances to an attic. So, but it sounded like in a room for like just sort of one heavy thud footstep. And the EVPs we were getting were to the sort of telling us that it didn't want us to be there and like that we should leave and things like that.
It was
So-
just, it was.
And you could feel that, like when you feel someone wants you to leave.
Yeah,
Like that
it was
type
like, it was a heavy oppression. Like, I mean, People, a couple of people have asked me when I was like walking around and stuff. They come like, "Hey, is this real? What you guys are doing? Was that whole nun thing real? And
Oh
did
yeah.
you guys really get readings?" And we're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. It was not fake at all. Like it happened." And so
Yeah.
but what you guys saw was exactly what happened. So
Yeah, because it's raw footage. You know what I mean?
I
That's
think
just-
maybe if we went back there, or if we stayed longer
in that room
in
specifically.
that room,
that-
certainly
yeah.
something might have happened there.
Because I mean, I think if we tried to like sleep in there or something, imagine.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to go back there, guys. It is in our schedule for the next upcoming few episodes, so maybe we can see what we can film and maybe get some interesting, good feedback from.
I think so. Yeah.
So maybe see if we can get more readings from Melissa,
Yeah.
because that was surprising, because Melissa felt like she was like oppressed by the other spirit that was in the back room.
Yeah. And but like a childish energy, like it was. I think
Yeah.
because I mean that house has so much history and so many people going in and out and that, I mean there's certain history that's recorded, but there's obviously things that nobody will be aware of that happen inside as well. So I mean it was used for so many different things.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
so yeah, I love history.
But so then
Alright,
after that episode 4, what? Oh, that's in
The north-
the South
South
End
End.
Cemetery.
the South End, the big
Yeah.
cemetery that we went to. Wasn't that the one that recently caught on fire?
Close by.
It was
That's
close
the
by,
Forest Hill.
a huge fire, guys. It was terrible. We actually thought where we were was quite an opposite side of town. We thought it was part of the clouds because the
Yeah,
cloud
thick
smoke was like so big. It was very, very crazy. But yeah, guys, we didn't really get too many like, weird feelings in that cemetery.
Yeah,
Apart from that, what was that? What was the thing called again? It was
the
mausoleum.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've got
the
to see
structure where that the thing is the only I think the main problem we had there is that because it was outdoors and it was so big that our lighting wasn't quite
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, it was
We definitely, I think if we had had better lighting, then the stuff would have been a little bit more visible and things like that. So in the future, I'm sure you guys might agree with that as well. If we're doing something outdoors at night, we'll have to, we need better lighting and stuff so you guys can see everything that's going on around. Because otherwise, I mean, we can see, but on the camera, I mean, it's basically just the light of the torch, that's all you can see.
Which is quite strange, don't you think? Like we think we can see it, but
Yeah.
the camera guys doesn't know. So
But it was interesting to look at the crematorium there, though.
yeah, the crematorium was very interesting. I mean, we saw where they had the gas tanks and everything like
Yeah,
that, and
true.
then the fridges as well.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That
Something interesting to
if
see.
you guys would be interested to see the inside of that place, also just leave a comment or so because it'll be very interesting, especially at night time when it's empty and there's nothing going on. Because I mean, the amount of corpses that lay there and that's incinerated there is a lot. I mean, it's all the
Yeah.
time.
And I was just thinking, like, what if there might be like a whole bunch of like upset spirits in the crematorium,
yeah.
like spirits that didn't go to rest at all. Maybe we can pick them up or
Pick
see-
them up.
like, get readings
take
from
them
them.
for a ride.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But yeah, it would be interesting. I'm sure like we'd definitely get some odd feelings and readings and
Yeah,
stuff.
for
And
sure,
I
for
mean,
sure.
it's likely. I would say it's likely.
Yeah.
For sure. But that was interesting and interesting also to see that other sort of mini section where they where the people that are cremated, where they put those little stones up for
Stones,
the,
yeah.
just with a name on, and then some of them had flowers in them.
Yeah, some had like alcohol in them as well.
Yeah, like bottles of wine,
Bottles of wine.
stuff I guess that the people liked before.
Yeah.
And they like leave it for
And
them.
if I'm not mistaken, we were with a security guard that time, right?
Yeah.
And we were actually in probably the most dangerous part of our city, was that place, because he told us there's a lot of drug dealers and all that kind of things roaming around that area.
Yeah, going into the cemetery. Well, that's why they actually ended up getting security then.
Yeah.
So he was like around us all the time,
Yeah.
just in case anything had to happen.
And he was
so-
equipped with, what was he carrying?
Yeah, he was carrying a shotgun.
Oh yeah, he was carrying a shotgun. How can I forget? He was carrying a shotgun, guys. So we were basically really safe. I mean, it was just very cold and windy that night as well.
It was, yeah, that was another problem was the wind. That
Yeah.
was very windy.
That was- But I think also when we went to the mausoleum, we picked up that a voice that said Alyssa.
Yeah.
That was very
Yeah.
cool. So there's like a connection because obviously it maybe knew that we were searching for like similar.
Yeah, it was
Entities
quite.
and stuff.
Yeah, it was quite because that was we actually heard it.
Yeah.
So I thought when I first, I thought maybe it was one of us, but I mean then I knew I didn't say it.
No.
You didn't say it.
No.
But it was there. So that
Yeah.
was it. Was
We basically did pick it up. You guys see the video. We did pick it up and have it on the screen, so you guys can pause it and watch it and just see what.
Re-listen through headphones and stuff, and then it's
Maybe we picked up. Maybe we missed other voices that we didn't notice before.
as well. Because the thing is, I mean, when you're in these places, you're not looking everywhere at once. So the thing is, but like I mean, for you guys watching the video, you can see everything that's going on around. But for us, we're kind of mainly focusing just where we were walking, and we can't hear. I mean, the camera might pick up things that we didn't hear with our ears as well.
Yeah, yes. But we're cool. We're cool to go back there.
Yeah,
I think it'll be
definitely.
awesome.
So episode 5.
So the next 3 episodes that we launched was in the same location.
Yeah.
And that was the old Victoria Hotel.
Yeah.
The first one basically we kind of didn't get to go in. We climbed over.
Yeah, so that was the initial investigation of it because we'd seen pictures online. We discovered it online. We weren't actually even aware of it, or aware that it was there. And then we were just sort of looking for locations, and we found this online. And there's not that much history available on it specifically.
Little to none, basically.
There was literally maybe 4 pictures of it, and that's all. So we just found where it was located, also not in a particularly good area.
No, it wasn't.
There is vagrants that stay in the surrounding properties and that had stayed in the building before, but when we were investigating it, obviously like all the windows and stuff had been bricked up, boarded up, apart from right at the top where people couldn't get.
Yeah.
But that's how we ended up getting in, is actually going back with a ladder so that we could get inside the place.
So that was quite fun. Yeah. So basically, the first episode 5 was looking around.
Yeah.
And
guard like the surrounding properties, and we climbed on the roofs and all that type of thing.
That was quite fun though. I enjoyed that.
But it's there when we encountered one of the people staying there.
Yeah, one of the vagrants staying there.
We were outside and we heard, because initially when we were on that roof, I heard a glass bottle roll.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember.
And I said
that.
there must be somebody in there, in one of the buildings on the wall behind.
And then next moment he just popped up.
Yeah, and he was just walking down. So like looked at him and he looked at us. And we didn't sense really any hostility from him. So we just talked to him a little bit and
gave him a bottle of water.
Yeah, he really only just wanted food. He didn't seem to be under the influence of any drugs or alcohol and stuff. I think he's literally just homeless, so that's where he stayed.
Yeah.
But so we encountered him. That's the only one really. That's the only human encounter that we had there.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone else, but there was a lot of eyes watching us around the property, like outside.
Yeah.
Driving up and down, looking at us, like what are these 2 white guys doing here in this place?
But the thing is, we did let people know, like some of the surrounding houses, or in the one in particular, we knocked and checked with the lady staying there with the children.
Yeah.
So we just told her what we're doing, and that she explained to us also that there used to be people staying inside the structure, and there was complaints in the neighborhood, and then the municipality ended up then closing it all, bricking all the windows up, so people couldn't get in there anymore. That was mainly, we didn't get into the building that time.
No, not this.
It was just in the surrounding area.
But the next time we did go there, where episode 6 happened, we basically had the ladder, we were prepared, and we managed to scale the wall.
It wasn't quite as easy as what we expected, because we had to kind of climb over the one section and then pull the ladder up and then still go up to another little...
And even the ladder was too short that time as well. So we had to like somehow hook a rope up there and tie everything down and pull ourselves up, which is, I don't think I was filming that time when we actually, when you went up the first time up there, the camera was off, so we didn't get to see that cut scene, but when I went up, it was like we could see more of how we got up there.
Yeah, because we had to secure the ladder with a rope basically on a little stick through one of the burglar guards in that bathroom to like hold everything stable. But I mean, we managed to get in through one of the top stories.
Yeah, because we basically climbed out there was like a, what do you call, like a
It was like a little,
veranda, not like a...
well, it's like a fire, I think it was a fire escape landing or something.
Yeah, so basically what we were on top there, and it was like metal, but it was broken.
Yeah, it was a bit rusted, it wasn't very stable.
And then what we did, we basically climbed off it to climb into the window, basically on a sheer drop,
yeah,
a wall.
It sort of climb around into the window on that ledge and stuff.
Yeah, so that was it's a pretty daring move that we did, but we managed.
Yeah, and then we got in.
Yeah.
Got to go through the whole place. Because I mean, we started obviously on the top story because that's where we got in.
Yeah.
Although before that, we did try and get in the other side. Remember, we first went down. We went down into that little landing where it was all overgrown with plants. When we went the first section, and then we went down.
Oh, okay, that's where the basement was.
Yeah, so we tried to get in there, and then I went through that window where I thought we could get in, but then it was bricked up inside there, that bathroom or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was
so that's where we first tried, and then we still had to take the ladder back up there and then get through the landing.
Yeah.
So our first attempt to get in actually failed. Yeah. But then we eventually got up, so then upstairs.
Yeah, when we first climbed, didn't we climb over and then we saw like that bush area?
Yeah, down.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like, we definitely saw that there were vagrants living there.
At some point, but it's just that they can't get in anymore now.
Yeah, and so there was like roof collapsing and stuff like that when we climbed up there. I think some of our friends, they were with us.
Yeah.
It was a bit like dodge for them to carry on. So. But yeah, then we split the video into two parts because it was quite long, and the second part of our little adventure inside the St. Mary's, we basically did the EVPs and we kind of went deeper into it. So yeah, we tried to pick up anything, but we saw like a lot of burnt rooms there, which was quite scary. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's now when we started going, and so when we went from the top floor and we started going down,
descending, yeah.
Then you could still see how the hotel used to look, the way it was painted and things.
Yeah.
But obviously very destroyed, no banisters on the stairs. They were just like bare cement stairs basically.
Yeah.
Then we went down and we found the one room. We smelled actually something that smelled burnt.
Yeah.
So then as we were walking through, then we discovered that room and it was completely burned out inside. So that was obviously from when someone, or presumably from when someone was staying in there, they made a fire and obviously it got out of control. They fell asleep, passed out or whatever in that room.
It looked terrible. It really was.
And I actually wonder if somebody didn't burn in there.
Yeah. We didn't see any like body remains of anything like that. So
no, but I'm sure though if a fire was reported, they would have gone in though and probably removed anything.
Yeah, probably when they were pricking up the place as well.
Yeah. So, but that was very interesting. And then we still went to that other section where there was like a gate, but not a gate that opens. We went to the other side where we climbed through the floor.
the half gate. Yeah.
So it was like, I think that was the staff or some area
like a maintenance area between two buildings.
So I think there was a kitchen there. It looked like it because there was counters and I suppose maybe they prepared food there at some point.
Yeah, we climbed to the roof part of it, the section where there's beams.
But then we went down through into the floor into another. I'm not sure. I mean that was basically a basement.
Yeah.
There was a few random. There was like an old bag and a little briefcase and one of those baskets, one of those little wicker baskets on the shelf.
Yeah.
And some blueprints, which was because it was like for buildings that were elsewhere, which is quite strange.
We didn't notice the blueprints like what they were for, so we didn't really take note. But it
wasn't for the hotel itself. But then so then we climbed on out of there all the way to the top again, and then down the ladder, and then exited the whole place.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that episode. That was really, really good.
But it was very good, very interesting, very adventurous as well.
Yeah. And so basically for our next excursion, we basically went to go and investigate an old shipwreck. Or
well, it's a disused ship. It's still, I mean, it's still floating.
Yeah, barely,
it's still floating and it's in the harbour. So I saw it on a previous occasion just driving through and it looked like it was accessible. So then we ended up going there. We found two security guards who were in charge of looking after that boat specifically. So we just spoke to them a little bit and they allowed us access onto the boat So yeah, we went onto the boat. It felt really weird at first, obviously with that movement.
Oh yeah.
Because that day it was kind of, the weather was strange. There was a bit of thunderstorms in the background,
And the
it
water was very
the
choppy.
water- yeah.
Yeah, so it was crazy.
So the boat was bouncing up and down, which felt quite strange, especially when you're on top.
Yeah.
But then as you go into the boat, it doesn't feel quite as
And
bad.
you climbed up the mast as well,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, and
yeah.
you must have thought that it was like...
Yeah, you
completely
can
moving.
feel the movement and the wind and everything.
Sure.
But it was interesting because I've never really been aboard a boat like that before. And I mean, we went through the whole place, and then we saw those birds, those swallows that were kind of tame.
Oh, that was awesome.
Um,
Yeah, I remember I had to go, we actually, because the boat was very rusty,
yeah.
so I had to go back to the car and fetch our gloves and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, because we would have got cuts all over. I think you got a piece of rust went through your glove, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. We grabbed something and like
Yeah,
went
I think it
through.
was on a ladder.
Yeah.
It was like sometimes the little shards of metal that stick out, you don't always see it.
Yeah.
And you just grasp onto it. And,
It was quite...
then we got to go down to the engine room,
Mm.
which was quite interesting as well.
And we saw the chains moving, but that was just very cool.
I think it was because of the ship, but I mean it's just very creepy because it's dark down there.
Yeah.
And that other little workshop room that was through the engine room.
Yeah, that was
we went
very,
to.
very small and just like confined, and
Yeah.
the space was just cramped.
Like I wouldn't really like to be aboard such a thing
No,
in the sea.
It's so dirty too, and just completely.
Yeah.
It smelled a lot of what is it, gasoline and stuff.
Yeah, all
outside
this diesel and like
Yeah.
oil and
there.
in the engine room. But no, it was still very interesting. Like, I haven't been aboard such a thing before, and just to see the layout and how it's all. Because then when we went right to the back, we found that little manual override for the rudder.
Oh yes, we saw that. Yeah.
So that was right at the back. Obviously, you know, if the electronic controls for the
Yeah.
rudder fail, that's where you'd have to actually manually move the rudder. We found that section as well. I think we really did see everything that was to see.
And then we also lifted up that middle section where they
yes.
drop all the fish
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
through the bottom, the hole,
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, we actually
Holding
saw,
gate,
we saw
holding-
the refrigerator as well.
Oh, that big refrigerator. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually walked inside there.
Yeah.
It's quite big. And then we found a bed, that mattress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something on there as well, like with stains and stuff like that.
That was when we first went down on the other side. Of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But
That
very,
was-
very interesting. But at least I learned. I don't know if I would get seasick if there was more movement than what there was. But from that amount of movement, I didn't really feel sick. You just sort of feels, and like a few times you feel almost like you're gonna fall over.
Yeah, it's not my ideal place to be on a ship.
Yeah,
I'd rather be on land, to be honest.
Land is fine for me as well.
Yeah, it was a very short video, but we enjoyed it.
But it was very interesting to see. I haven't seen something like that before, so just luckily they allowed us access.
Alright, so for the next episode 8, basically this was basically one of our top videos.
Yeah.
At the moment on YouTube, we've got the most views for part 1 and 2, which over like it's basically
They caught like the views caught up with the very first
first
video we
video,
did,
yeah.
or like just about.
yeah, just about.
So that one involved a lot of climbing. Well, first, because I mean, even from where we parked, we had to walk along the stream, and then kind of over rocks and.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention what video it was. We're talking about the suicide bridge, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Episode 8. We just kind
Episode
of moved on to that.
Yeah, so the suicide bridge was the next episode we did after
Yeah.
the boat, which was very fun. I really enjoyed it. It was an awesome climb, right?
So yeah, I mean, so we walked along the stream until we were under the bridge. We got to the section where we were under the bridge,
Yeah.
and then we decided to go to the left.
Yeah.
So then we had to climb the cliff all the way up to the top.
And at that time, we didn't know where that supposed cave was.
Yeah, tunnel. We heard of the tunnel.
Yeah.
But now we thought it was a tunnel separate to the bridge.
Yeah, we didn't know the tunnel was
Yeah.
in the bridge, guys. We actually thought it was like in the mountain somewhere.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
apparently little rituals and stuff there,
Mm.
and we didn't know where to go. So either on the left or right. So we just went left.
We decided the left, so
Yeah.
because it looked like more or less the easiest to climb actually.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I mean, it was steep, and we got a lot. Well, I got a lot of cuts and things like that.
And then a lot of spires and stuff. But when you were going back to when we were under the bridge, we could definitely feel a sense of like depression.
Yeah, because
It was like so sad.
I mean, there's at least like over 60 documented cases of people jumping off the bridge.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's just a documented or discovered one.
And then basically standing there in the river where they
Where they would land.
where
more
they
or
would
less,
land, and we threw a few big boulders in the water, and we just heard like the splashes and stuff, and just imagined what it would be like if we like someone fell down there. It was just very, very sad.
So I mean, yeah, just thinking of the things that happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then from there we just climbed up. But I mean, when we approached the bridge, because I mean, there's obviously that arch in the middle, and it's so steep. It's so steep to begin with.
I was just looking at the
There was
comments.
just a few comments and things. No, we didn't actually.
Oh wait, we haven't.
There's actually quite a lot.
All right, so we'll finish off the bridge and then we'll go back to the comments and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. What we had to do is we climbed up the arch, but I mean, it basically just starts like it's almost like a sheer wall.
Yeah.
The first part of the arch it starts going up.
Yeah.
So we climbed on our hands and knees.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
our
really
feet,
steep.
our feet and hands, because I mean it was like climbing up a wall.
Yeah.
So until it gradually started evening out at the top, and then when we got to the top, then it's
When we saw it, we didn't have any ropes with us. We weren't climbing with ropes or anything like that. So when I got halfway up there, I was like looking down. I said to you, like, how are we gonna get down? We're like, oh, we'll figure out when we get back down.
Yeah, because we're here already. We might as well carry on.
Yeah.
It's pointless not to go back. So yeah. So then so that was still in part one. We
Yeah.
didn't go in yet, but we still discovered the entrance to the tunnel, the hatch. We discovered that there was a hatch, and there was a lot of graffiti, and we saw the views from the top of the bridge. But yeah, so that was part one. We didn't enter in yet.
Yeah.
So that was mainly the climb up the cliff and the climb up the arch until we get to the hatch,
Yeah.
where we were able to.
And it was like a pentagram basically on the hatch. So
Yeah,
it was like, here it is.
Yeah, I think it was a pentagram to begin with, but then it had been sprayed over and it looked kind of, I don't know, it was a lot of different shapes. I don't know what it was exactly, or I don't know if it was just ended up being scribbled or if it had some significance
Yeah.
to somebody, but that was, yeah, like here's the entrance.
It was crazy.
But let's go through some comments, see.
First comment from DJ Anomaly. Please go into the bridge again. I'm
Yeah.
so keen to see what else the tunnel has.
Well, yeah, we do intend on next time. Obviously, we're gonna take some equipment with us so that we can access more of the inside of the bridge. But that was more of part two in any case. But we do intend on going back. We'll take some ropes. We'll take some other equipment.
We'll definitely take more gear with us because in case
We
something
didn't know what
happens,
to expect. We didn't know what was there. So
maybe we'll sleep on the bridge.
yeah, maybe. Okay. So Janisha, that comment was from DJ Anomaly.
Okay.
Then we have a comment from Janisha. Could you guys incorporate a Ouija board into one of the videos? Yeah, we're actually talking about that recently. We were thinking either of purchasing one or maybe even making our own one, because I feel like in a way it might sort of I don't know, it might, like if we make it, it will kind of have our energy in it. So it'll be specific to us. We'll always use that board.
Yeah.
So it will kind of accumulate energy into it from every time we use it. So yeah, it's definitely a consideration. We do intend on making one and taking it to specific locations and using it there and seeing what results we get.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So the next comment that asks a question from Zanita. Do you know what glass is? Yeah, we do know what glass is.
So I mean, it's similar along the lines of a Ouija board, but it's, you just use a glass basically, kind of like the Charlie pencil challenge, also with a yes and no.
Oh yeah, the
But
pencil
it's-
moves.
Except it's with glasses,
Yeah.
or with one glass.
You can
I
see
mean,
like all the
and then you also basically just address spirits or energies and kind of get them to move the glass, because you also put your fingers on it just like a planchette on the Ouija board,
Yeah.
and the glass needs to move to answer your question.
I still never really understood how that works. I mean, like,
So the same concept as a Ouija board.
like I mean, how would you always think someone else is moving like the piece?
Yeah,
So you don't really know until it actually happens.
the thing is, you're not applying pressure, you're just touching it lightly. So if it moves, your hand is basically just going along with it.
Yeah.
So,
So if we do
yeah,
something
we
like
do.
that, it'll be 100% real.
We could try that out.
Janisa asks again, do you guys carry holy water or some sort of protection? We do not.
Nah.
But we do have someone that we're in contact with who actually does all this protection and stuff like that. And she might be coming with us to do maybe a video sometime when we go back and do some kind of like experimentations of some sort.
And also there from Tracy.
Mm.
What made you guys interested in making paranormal videos? Well, basically, like I'd say for me, like I started coming across these style videos on YouTube, mostly like in the UK and US and that type of thing, and it was very interesting. I've always been interested in that type of thing.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about it one day, and we were like, why don't we try doing this whole thing with the not only paranormal, but just like urban exploration and discovering and just interesting things, historical things. Because it's not really being done in South Africa so much, so we decided to see if we can just kick it off here and see if we can.
And it was actually by pure coincidence that we were both thinking the same thing about doing such kind of videos, and it just we worked together basically, and we just decided to like, hey.
Then we just started,
we were talking about it, and we're like, oh, let's just do it. Let's make a video together, and here we are.
So then that's what sparked our interest and what got us started in doing it.
Yeah, that was really, really cool, guys. It's been an awesome journey so far. What else did the guys say?
Some interviews from Tamara. She's saying interviews with people who have had experiences at the relevant sites to find out a third-party perspective.
Yes, but so basically, we do have some scenes that we have not released yet that I have not put into the edit, into the like on YouTube, where we have interviewed a few people.
Especially like at Richley House, for instance, that's how we found out the staff didn't like that room, and like they also experienced things in there.
Yeah.
So it just we do talk to people, assuming it's not abandoned and there's no one there. Like if we need to get permission from people, we do speak to them and get their perspectives. It's just that we don't always include those dialogues in the videos. And
because we try and keep it as relevant to what exactly we're doing. We don't want to like stray away from the reason why we're there, but it's more of like a side story.
It's fine if we were making like a documentary. Obviously we could include more interviews, but for the purposes of interest and exploration, it's mainly just showing you guys what we are seeing and experiencing, more than kind of just hearing somebody else's experiences. But I mean, if we had to do some documentary style videos on a specific place, the whole thing could basically just be interviews and what people experience. So.
But if you guys really want to see those cut scenes that we have not put into YouTube yet, we'll definitely compile a video. And
we could actually make a whole video of that as well.
Like a playlist or something, and see what people encountered.
That's actually also from Tamara there. The Phoenix Hotel is the oldest hotel operating in South Africa. It would be interesting. I mean, I've been there a few times inside already. And considering its age and all the history that must have occurred inside the place, it might definitely be an interesting location to do a proper investigation inside. Because I'm not too sure how many years it's standing, but apparently, it's very old.
Yeah,
and I'm sure some of the rooms, because I haven't really been there much at night time. So I'm sure at night time, like once it's all settled down and it's late at night and people are not making a noise at the bar downstairs and stuff, it might actually be quite interesting to do a bit of a...
So just quick a backstory on the Phoenix Hotel. It was built by 1820 settlers.
Yeah.
Apparently, our website shows over here. Look. Let's just take a look here. You can see a whole map over here of everything.
So that's the original Phoenix Hotel in Market Square.
It's been in operation since 1837. So it's been in operation since 1837.
Yeah, so that is really old.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be something there. If we had to go, maybe we could even arrange to stay over a night inside the hotel and see if we hear anything or experience anything. But
I think
it's definitely definitely in the plan. I'd say then it's on the list.
Yeah, I know. Phoenix Hotel sounds like a good one. It's maybe similar to the King Edward Hotel, which we guys did as well.
Yeah,
that was really, really cool.
Definitely, because that was so strange, because The fact that there was no guests inside the whole
No,
time, that
it was
really
just
quiet.
But we'll go back there in a bit when we
Yeah, it was one of the
one of the episodes.
Actually, that's in the first Old Victoria Hotel episode.
It
We went
was.
from there to the King Edward.
Yeah,
because we couldn't get inside.
Yeah, we couldn't get inside the St Mary's, not St Mary's,
The
the
Old
Vic-
Victoria.
the Old Victoria Hotel. So
Yeah.
we basically just went to the King Edward and see what we could find there, and it was just really airy, actually.
Yeah,
Just empty
totally empty.
rooms,
Yeah.
empty corridors, just empty.
And very quiet.
How many rooms were there? Over like
240 something, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
out of 240 rooms in an open hotel.
All of them were empty.
All of them were empty.
And all the doors were open. So
Yeah.
you could just go inside every room.
And some of the stuff were like broken. TVs were like awful.
One of the TVs was on.
Yeah, one of the TVs were on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very weird.
But most of the beds were not made up correctly. So, no, it's
And then we
nothing-
went down to the kitchen as well, which was kind of strange because we saw like rats and
Massive.
yeah, it was massive rats.
Totally disused. I mean,
And it was
just
still
very
operational though. I mean,
It's
it was
open.
running.
It's open.
Yeah,
So
people can go there and book. So
just quite strange, very strange, and all the conference facilities that's not being used as well. But
okay, cool. So yeah, let's go back to where we were.
so that was the first part of the suicide bridge. So
Yeah.
that's where we got up to the hatch.
Yeah, so we're back up to the hatch again, guys. In part 2 of the suicide bridge, we
That's where we entered.
entered the,
So now
the bridge.
So we opened up the hatch, looked down, and there was a ladder going down to the inside of the archway in the bridge. We went down. It was the first thing when you opened it was kind of that smell we got, which
That methane.
like methane
Yeah.
kind of gas smell,
Yeah.
which we weren't aware of why that was happening. So we went down the ladder, very creepy inside.
Oh, so dark, guys.
Yeah, and so each section is basically just separated by sort of like a little doorway
Mm.
that you climb through. And as you're walking, you can feel it goes according to the arch, so it
Yeah.
starts going down.
Goes down.
That's why eventually we got to a point where we couldn't continue.
You
because
actually
it was too
felt
slippery.
you actually felt gravity pulling you
Yeah.
down into the arch. It was just
which
strange.
might have been fine,
Mm.
but the only thing is the floor was full of because we discovered a lot of bats.
Yeah.
That whole sort of swarm of bats that were just inside there. We heard it. We thought it was rats or bats, one of the two.
Rats or bats.
Yeah. So well, they're almost the same thing.
And
Just
then
the
we
one has wings.
And then we came across was it falcon babies? Well, no, what's this?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what. Because we did see an adult flying outside of some type of a falcon.
A falcon, yeah.
Inside the bridge, then there was nests with the little baby ones in.
3 babies, I think. Two,
Yeah,
two or three babies.
in the one nest there was 2,
Yeah.
and then I think in the first one there was 1. But
Yeah.
fully alive, they obviously do breed in there, and they must escape through the holes.
But for me, the holes were like this small, guys. And I mean, a falcon is.
I don't know how the adult gets
So
in.
yeah, we don't know how maybe the adult just puts food through the hole. But I don't know, they must be upside down then, like a bat. But I don't know.
I really actually don't know how they do it. But in any case, the reason why we couldn't continue walking down is because the floor was littered sort of with
Like bat feet.
like dried up bat guano and
Yeah.
dust and sand and things, so it was slippery. And obviously, as it's going down, if we slipped, we would have just tumbled
And that was thick, hey guys?
Yeah.
Like we were walking basically, it felt like we were walking on
like a carpet,
like a
thick
carpet or sawdust or something.
Yeah.
That's how thick it was. And yeah, it was just madness going if we went further
So,
down.
yeah, that's why when we return, we need ropes. Because there is ladders intermittently, so if we attach ropes to the ladders, then obviously we can go further and see if there's anything down there.
And again, we had poor lighting there because we still hadn't got our proper lights yet. We tried to make do with what we had, which
Yeah.
we managed to do.
That's the
with
first time.
the
It's
GoPro
the first
stuff.
time we used the GoPro.
Yeah, that was,
where,
yeah, it
where we
was.
discovered that the GoPro is a little bit better at picking up in poor light.
Mm.
I would say.
Yeah, you don't need too much light to pick up for the light to bounce off any object and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it was very, very fun. I mean,
But coincidentally enough, the reason why that scene just has music is because we filmed with the cover, the waterproof cover on the GoPro.
Yeah.
So you couldn't hear the audio properly.
yeah, no, we didn't notice, guys, until we actually reviewed our footage that GoPro doesn't pick up any sound whatsoever if it has a cover on.
Yeah,
it's like it's very muffled,
very faint.
very
Yeah.
faint.
Because it's totally sealed.
And so we just heard like muffling noises, and we're like, oh wow, this is not gonna help.
Yeah.
So we just somehow
But luckily that footage we could still include, so we just put kind of like a music
Music,
background in it,
music
so
and
at least
stuff like
people
that.
could still see what we saw.
Sean. Sean says, "Hey, John and Jason, loving the content, hey guys. Please keep up the content." Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks for the support. Yeah,
Well,
we'll
we love the
definitely,
support.
we'll definitely try and keep it interesting for you guys for sure.
Yeah, guys. And so far, guys, thank you guys for liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing to our channel.
Yeah, because now,
Yeah.
I mean, since we started, we've now at least we surpassed the 100 subscriber mark. It's now sitting on 123.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some. It looks like there's some interest,
for sure.
some growth. The views keep increasing.
Yeah.
So it seems. It seems. I mean, you guys are definitely. We appreciate all the support and the subscribing and the liking. So,
Yeah, guys.
definitely.
And basically, without you guys, we won't be able to make as much content because you guys basically fuel our
Yeah.
our adventures and stuff like that, and encourage us as well
Because
to
obvi-
push
yeah,
ourselves to do stuff.
Because if we never got any feedback and like support or anything, there wouldn't really be much encouragement to make more videos because
Yeah.
it would be pointless. So
Yeah. So, Shannon asks, "What is your next exploration?" I'm not too sure. We're planning a few more, guys. We don't want to like spill any details yet of what we're gonna do, but we have some awesome plans.
Yeah, so the thing is, there was a place that we were trying to arrange for this weekend as well.
Yeah.
But it's just at the moment it's also we'll say that it's like a historic manor property.
It's basically a the correct word is a homestead.
Yeah,
so it's like houses
yeah.
in one area.
And very old as well.
Very old. Yeah.
Like of high historical value and. Apparently, you said there's a water wheel or something.
There's basically the whole homestead was made in to do what was it called? Water irrigation.
Oh yeah.
So basically, they had huge water mill that used to pump water all throughout the homestead and the fields and crops, and so they made like a big plantation and stuff there. Obviously, it's not there anymore, but all the structures are still there. So. We're hoping to maybe go into that place and find out more about it.
Yeah, but just that we definitely will be going there. I don't think it will be next because we discovered that they're actually renovating some parts of it. So they're not really allowing people to kind of go in and for filming and just walking around because they're concerned now obviously with safety and that if somebody goes and they fall through something.
Exactly, yeah, because it is very, very old, guys.
Yeah.
It was built also in the 1800s and it's very old. So obviously they just want to fix it and just make sure you basically restore more of the house.
So we will be going there. Definitely, they were cooperative.
They were very friendly people, very friendly.
We will be allowed access there at some point.
Yeah.
But as for our very next, the truth of the matter is a lot of the time we don't plan where we're going very far ahead. Like sometimes we decide on the Friday and then we go on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
So
sometimes it's just a spur of the moment. Like, I mean, I think one of the episodes, the boat, for instance, was a spur of the moment. In the area, and we're like, hey, next episode, let's just do it now. And we just went for it and we filmed the boat episode. So
the thing is, I think it works quite nicely because sometimes, I mean, we obviously have many ideas and we have a list of places that we want to visit.
Yeah.
So, but we don't really reveal it too far in advance. We kind of just go with it. We see how we're feeling towards the time. We make a decision. If there's people we need to contact, we contact them. That's the only thing that we have to do in advance if we need to.
Yeah.
But if it's abandoned places, we just decide to go and we go.
Yeah. So. And we just have to basically, if the abandoned place that we're going to is basically isolated from any other area or people, then we just basically go there and explore. But if there are people around, we kind of let people know that.
Yeah, even if it's abandoned and there's surrounding houses, just to make people aware that we're there and what we're doing, so that they don't phone the police or think we're banned. Because I mean, we don't really need that type of dramas.
So Sean has been commenting here a lot. Oh yeah, it's all about the hospital. Yeah, so basically, Sean messaged us quite a while ago and told us about a hospital called the Provincial Hospital in Port Elizabeth. And there was a psychiatric ward that was closed down, and it's still up there in the hospital on the top floor, but it's been chained off. And rumor has it that it's filled with a poltergeist.
Yeah.
So we were very interested to go take a look at this, but it was just unfortunately a dead end because the people didn't want to give out any names or numbers and stuff like that. So
They are not very cooperative.
no, not at all.
I think if we ever had to go and investigate it, we'd most likely have to kind of pretend like we're visiting someone there
Yeah.
and actually just try and get in.
Yeah.
That's the only real way.
So if you guys want to see us basically go behind the law or something.
No, well, that's basically just aggressively entering a place without permission.
Aggressively.
That's
Yeah, so if you guys want to see us go and explore that part of the hospital and just risk it, then let us know, guys. Comment in the section, say let's go for it.
I would like to see it.
I would
myself.
like to, and see if we can pick up any readings and stuff like that.
Because you said people actually hear noises behind the doors as well. Right?
Yeah, chain rattling the door like moves and stuff like that. So
there's something in there.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, I would love it.
Chairs moving and wheelchairs moving. It's gonna be really, really cool.
So, but yeah, it may be possible. Maybe at night time when there's not much activity. Well, it's possible. We may be able to get in. So.
It's definitely in the future plans. If we can, preferably get permission.
Yeah,
we can
maybe they'll be more cooperative if we actually just show up and ask them.
Yeah, maybe
like,
we just
they might just, because sometimes when you're face to face, people they kind of just give in and say yes.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
Alright guys, for our next video, episode 9, part 1 and part 2, we went to go explore the mines.
Yeah, so they were abandoned lead and silver mines.
Yeah, it was I actually enjoyed that one very much. I wasn't expecting the amount of mud inside there. And they also had a lot of rainfall and stuff before, but we really didn't think it was going to be that muddy and that wet and dense inside there because generally a mine is like dry and rock and sand kind of thing.
Yeah, but so because it's actually where the mines are located now. It's on private property and it's sort of a camping / resort area where people can book and stay.
Yeah. It's very actually nice.
Yeah, and it's actually very nice.
Beautiful.
Sleepy Hollow is what that's what
Sleepy
the
Hollow
resort is called. Very nice, and also the owners, the people in charge, very cooperative, and which was quite refreshing as well. So he told us which direction the mines were, and so we went exploring there. As Jono said, the mud. I wasn't expecting that. Otherwise, I would have worn boots, obviously.
Yeah, like that was probably the most terrible thing about after the video. We were full of mud, really dirty. But even after a few weeks, we still had pieces of the mine, like the sand and the
lead and silver. The vest that I wore in that video, unfortunately, I can't wear anymore. Yeah. Because it literally soaked for 3 weeks in a bucket. Like I tried to clean it, and that stuff just doesn't come out because it's a mixture of lead, silver, mud, and bat guano all together.
Which is a combination of just a colossal mishmash of
crap. And so there we encountered a lot of bats. More up close than in the bridge. Those bats were flying right past us, landing on our backpacks. You felt one kind of brush past your arm every now and then. So that was quite interesting. Because I haven't, in some of the sections we got so close to the bats, I've never seen them up close. And I'm not too sure which specific species of bat they were. But if you see them up close, they're quite cute, to be honest, the little bats.
I think that was probably the most. That was the first time in my life I ever got close to a bat. Was there. And the bats were like right there by your face. I mean, I noticed you because I was behind you filming, and the light was on you most of the time. And the bats were just hitting you all the time. I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, what's happening now? I mean, they didn't really bite us or hurt us. They were just flying around us, and it was really, really cool. I managed to touch one. With my hand, and then they flew away.
But I mean, they do apparently, well, not apparently, but they are carriers of rabies and things like that. But to me, it didn't feel like they just wanted to fly up to you and bite you.
After I think after that, we went for a tetanus shot, wasn't it? Was that cave or was the next one?
Yeah, I think I went after that.
Yeah.
But so at least I'm good for 10 years now.
Yeah, no, it's very fun. But if you guys noticed in our season 2, we got new bags. main reason is because the cave had so much lead and silver in it, it stayed in our bags and then stained.
Totally, it damaged the
It
bags.
damaged everything.
And they got holes in from, because some of the sections were low and it was scraping on the rocks, and it was beyond repair.
And basically the equipment they were filming with as well was just full of mud and everything.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to clean everything. I think that bicycle flashlight thing I made is still full of sand, but we just film with it still. It's just.
But that's the dirtiest that we ever got on a exploration, I think, definitely.
It was really, really fun. I mean,
But interesting. I mean, there was mine one, so there was 3 mines, shafts that we went into. So and obviously the third one was different from the other 2. It was basically just a straight tunnel.
we missed the first one.
Yeah.
We basically, so guys, we were looking for 1, 2, and 3, do it in that order, because that's what you do. And so we basically walked past mine 1, and we're like, we came to mine 2, and we're like, okay, maybe mine 1 is further up.
Yeah.
And we found mine 3, and then we're like, oh.
But it's the only reason we saw mine 1 is because we went back to the car because we realized we forgot all the sports drinks and things. We were thirsty, and energy drinks. And then that's when because we went into 2 first anyway, didn't we? Then on the way back, we saw, there's mine 1.
Yeah, it was very short. Mine 2 was the short one, I think.
The shortest was.
Oh, it was mine 1.
Well, mine 3 was apparently the deepest, but it was the easiest because it was just a straight tunnel that you walk through.
Yeah.
Whereas in the other ones,
they'll
was it
climb.
mine 1 or 2 where we climbed up left and up onto that section?
That was mine
We
2.
climbed
That
up,
was mine 2.
remember,
Because mine 1 apparently was the shortest, but it was still enough to see.
Yeah.
So,
But obviously, where we climbed, where we were doing all that climbing, people don't usually go that way.
yeah.
So
No, they don't.
No.
We actually almost fell there.
some of the floor was very crumbly.
Yeah.
And we didn't fall through or anything, but it was it definitely wasn't 100% stable.
Yeah.
But it was still interesting. We had to. I mean, you can't just walk past that and not go up there and see what's there.
Yeah, no, guys. I would like to do more like cave exploration and stuff like that. GMFSA commented, exciting, super excited for more caves. Yeah. So are we.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
really want to do more. There is a big cave in Oudtshoorn in what area is it in?
Oh, the Western Cape.
Western
the
Cape,
inland
South
of
Africa.
Western Cape.
Yeah, so there's a huge, basically, it's a tourist attraction, if you guys are wondering, if you guys are from South Africa.
Yeah, Ganga Caves.
Ganga Caves, yeah.
But it's obviously that's arranged by, you have a tour guide. I think with special arrangement they might be able to take you to sections where most people don't go. I'm pretty sure, because I mean that would be good for them as well, sort of exposure. And
Yeah, it would be really awesome to do that kind of thing, but it would be more of like a tourist video if in any sense, because we'll be with guides and maybe other people too. But if we get special permission.
And the thing is, if you go off by yourself there, you could definitely get lost.
Yeah, I once went there before when I was much younger. I went on to the adventure one where you just go for like a very long time and slip through like cracks and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I ever got lost in there, I don't think I'd make it up.
No, but it's a massive and intricate cave system actually. That's why they only take people through certain sections.
Yeah.
And it's always in a group. But like I say, with special permission, there's probably other things you'd be able to see that other people don't get to see.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. I think it'll be really interesting.
So yeah, because I mean caves are good. It's already dark, so it's already kind of got like that interesting quality about it.
But talking about caves though, I think when we went to the mines, one of the trails we went to when we started filming the mines, we went to go to the river to take a swim afterwards to wash off all the dust and mud and stuff like that. And we actually came across across the river we saw like a mine, not a mine, like a cave.
Yeah, a
very small cave, a natural cave, which we maybe one day can go back there.
It'll also require some climbing, but it would be worth it.
And then in the Settlers Valley video in season 2,
also a cave we saw.
There was also a cave we saw there as well, natural as well.
I think we'll be able, if we need to see the coordinates on our GPS so that we can go from the top down, because that will be the only way to really get to it.
Yeah, it would be very fun if we actually could get in there. We don't know how deep it is, maybe it's just a small entrance. But
maybe it goes far, we don't know.
Yeah. And there is another video we should plan sometime where we go exploring when there is some, where I live.
Yeah,
That's
also you said there's some type of a cave.
natural cave,
Yeah.
nature like a nature valley. There's a possible cave there, so yeah, we're very interested to find out.
So there's some caves on the cards.
Yeah. All right.
Episode
So
10, that was
our season finale. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quite a long episode,
Yeah.
but it was very interesting because it was an abandoned horse race course, Arlington race course.
Yeah.
So we really explored the whole place. Some of the outbuildings, the main section where people would have sat and watched the races, the betting stations where people would have bought all the little betting stubs and tickets, and then that other building as well where there was looked like an office, and there was that old broken ride-on lawnmower and things in there. So and we saw that thick safe in that one room
Yeah.
where the kitchen was, but it was locked.
Yeah,
The
so
thick safe.
basically, yeah, that area specifically was when they take all the bets and the money. They
Actual cash.
they actually
Yeah.
put it inside that safe, which we hoped we could get into, but
But there's no way.
it's impossible without a key, guys. It's
Unless you have,
Something
you did or dynamite.
we do have some connections though, of people in the industry of the horse racing stuff. So maybe one day we can go back there.
Just
They
yeah,
can open
yeah,
it,
it's
but-
very, very interesting. It's probably
Yeah.
empty anyways, but I mean,
Yeah. And actually, some of our viewers commented on the video on our social media feeds that they went there to play airsoft.
Oh,
which is,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is why
yeah.
there were targets and bullet holes of like.
And those smoke bomb canisters and things.
Yeah. It was really, really fun to actually see that people use that for.
And all of that outside, there was all those bales of hay and things like
We
that.
should actually just jumped off into the hay.
Yeah, I can do that next time.
It was very cool.
Could even sleep inside that place. But I mean, the thing is that I don't know if people going there. No, it doesn't look like people live or sleep in there though.
I mean, when I was a kid, that race course was actually running.
Yeah.
It was functioning perfectly. I actually went into the VIP sections when everything was perfect and
Yeah.
clean, and drinks were going back and forth. It was
Yeah,
a place to go and watch races. But when I went back there, it was all dilapidated.
Everything,
dilapidated and stuff like that. Grass was overgrown very quickly, actually. I didn't know that.
Within a few years.
In a few years, it grew.
They're probably going to demolish it.
They will. It's going to become like an estate or something
Yeah.
like that.
But we drove the car on the track.
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
so
was really good.
I mean, the track's still in good condition. It's grass, but I mean, it's compact and flat.
Yeah.
So that's when we drove around to that other tower on the other side.
Yeah.
So we actually drove around the whole track.
That tower was probably the worst experience ever, guys. The
Yeah.
wind.
The wind was already strong.
Yeah.
And then where that tower was situated, there was nothing to block the wind. It was, I would say the wind was on the ground probably at least 60 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
And then climbing up the tower, it just got worse. We had to basically hold onto the banisters and things to get.
Oh,
Luckily, the tower itself was stable. There was no movement or anything. So but still, it felt like you were going to get blown right. Like when we were at the top, I'm sure the gusts were at least close to 80 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, and
so.
I was holding my camera and holding onto everything else at the same
Yeah.
time. I was hoping that I would the camera wouldn't go off and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Jeez, it was just crazy.
But at least we got to go up and see. I mean,
Yeah.
so we drove around the whole track as well, and it was quite interesting because normally location like that, a horse race track, you'd never see in that condition of just being abandoned and nothing happening.
No, I mean it was fun. It was fun to actually see something like that because we never really explored anything of that big.
Yeah.
I mean structural in the structure apart from the hotel. I mean, but like open as like
Yeah.
the field and that kind of. So it was really interesting and I really had fun.
No, it was good. It was
Yeah.
definitely the nice finale.
Yeah, it was good. Good close to the season. So yeah, guys. Like after the holidays, we took a bit of a break. We assessed some of the places we're gonna go to and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then we basically launched season 2,
Yeah.
where we went to the number seven Castle Hill,
Yeah.
which is also a Victoria house.
And it's now operating as a museum.
Mm.
So it's got a lot of original furniture and restored furniture. Like I mean, some of the furniture is actually original from. And the funny thing about it is it was Reverend Francis McClelland's house.
Yeah.
So
Like what are the odds, guys? Like we were
that's
there.
such a connection to now the St. Mary's Cemetery, which is where he's buried. and that was his house. So some of the furniture most likely was his.
Yeah.
And some of those old books, those are original books,
Yeah.
thick dictionaries and Bibles and things
I
like
couldn't
that.
believe that they had such big books that, just
Yeah.
imagine, like guys, we carry around a laptop or a notebook or
Yeah.
tablet or anything like that, and we're like, oh cool, and just Google something.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I'm just gonna open a book and
Yeah.
search.
And it's such a thick book, like literally, but still, but in fragile condition, so you couldn't really handle it much.
We saw the first book we saw was I think it was a Bible.
Yeah.
It was on the table.
In the lounge
In the
area.
lounge, and we opened it, and it was just, I was afraid that papers might have fallen out or something because it was very fragile and
Yeah,
old.
so that's why, as far as the books and things go, we couldn't really open them and show it to you guys in that way.
Yeah.
Because it's fragile and it's
Yeah.
of historical significance, so we couldn't really do too much with that.
So basically, the Castle Hill guys, that location we split up into two videos,
Yeah.
mainly because we wanted to give you guys shorter videos, so it'll be easy to watch as well, and you know, it's more information in less time kind of thing.
Mm.
And so the first part of the video we basically explored the area and stuff like that, and we interviewed somebody which we still didn't put in there,
Yeah.
which we're going to compile,
Yeah.
like we said earlier, compile a whole list of videos and stuff with interviews. But it was pretty fun because we went to go and see the cellar, or the kitchen, actually. It was a kitchen.
Yeah, because it seemed like
Down
back then the way that the houses were set up is that the kitchen would have been downstairs. And it's kind of like a basement.
Which is strange,
area, yeah.
actually, because I mean, just imagine carrying, let's say you have a whole bunch of feast or something, and carrying food
But
up,
you know
up
what?
and down the stairs.
I think the reason for that is just because like all the ovens and stuff were like they were like coal ovens, and so I guess to have it in an upstairs section with all of these heavy coal ovens,
It's a bit hot.
and there was like a pizza style oven
Yeah,
even as
big-
well.
big-
So
big one.
I think that's why it had to actually be downstairs.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't for them be practical at that time to have a kitchen with so much. Because I mean that kitchen is big as well, with the amount of stuff in it. So I think it worked out more practically for them to just have it on a lower level.
Yeah.
And then I guess because I think probably they had people working in the kitchen specifically, so they wouldn't be doing the cooking themselves, and so they probably just prepared it downstairs,
Yeah.
and then brought it up to them, and then maybe they used the downstairs exit to leave, or when they went home, or something like that.
Yeah, and then which is an interesting thing for me, guys, is that which I knew, but I needed like confirmation on it, which is the settlers who came to South Africa had slaves
Yeah.
back in the day, and many people were like, no, it's not true. South Africa, the settlers in South Africa never had slaves. It was all in America. But they were, guys.
Yeah, no,
they
definitely,
were.
yeah.
We saw the rooms. The people there told us about it as
There,
well.
there was literally then the servants' quarters.
And
where
for
they
me,
stayed.
yeah, and for me seeing that, I was like, wow, they actually slept here and stuff like that. It was like an eye-opening experience for
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
So they're confirmed that,
Yeah.
for sure.
It kind of makes you grateful for living in a society that we don't have slaves now, kind of thing, guys.
Yeah.
It's like we're all equal and stuff like that. Which
Now
is great.
we're just all slaves.
Now we're all slaves in society.
So
We're all equal, guys, in that sense.
but and then there's that well outside, which is full of water.
Yeah, guys, there's still fresh water in the well
And it's
outside.
clean water.
It
Like
was.
we opened it up.
Yeah.
It's quite big. I mean, it's sort of almost like the size of a reservoir underneath the ground. And it's still functioning. There's a hand pump to pump the water out. And
Yeah.
it's still functioning.
That was really,
and
really
it's,
cool.
And it's clean. It's crystal clear water. So
Yeah.
I assume it's pumped from underground.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to see. Like, I mean, you could still get water there if you need it.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. I mean, it was so cool, like, maybe like travel back in time and to see how the place was functioning.
So I mean, because
It's
like
so cool.
in the rooms and things, there's just like a wash basin. There's not like actual bath or something. So the people basically just washed in little basins and things.
Yeah.
So they had to actually go outside to get water every time. But I guess the servants would have done it.
But in each room they had those things.
Yeah.
They had those wash basins and
So
stuff.
they would have collected water via the hand pump, then still boiled it to heat it up, and then put it in the basins instead of just
Oh,
opening
man.
a hot tap.
Yeah, I don't know. I can imagine myself living back then.
But that's what would have been normal. So I guess
I mean, normal living and stuff.
it was more convenient now. That's why we're so lazy today.
Gosh. So guys, yeah, and so basically that was part one where we looked at the place and saw everything, how it was at the Castle Hill. But the second part of the video is where we actually went and investigated for any paranormal like entities and stuff like that. And
the first bedroom where the lady mannequin sitting by that sewing machine.
Yes, that was freaky.
When we first entered that room, it had a strange feeling.
It did, but mainly because I think I got a freaky feeling because that mannequin looked
Mannequins
really
are
freaky.
just always creepy.
No,
Like you can't get away from it.
Some guy must have been really twisted who created a mannequin.
But that was interesting. So we did a few EVP readings and that in the bedrooms. But particularly the strangest thing was when we went into the room that was full of dolls. It's obviously creepy in any case because it's a room full of dolls to begin with.
Jeez.
But once we switched all the upstairs lights off, and then we entered the doll room. Upstairs it was very hot.
Yeah.
It was a humid night, and then upstairs it was hot.
Very hot upstairs, guys.
So,
every single room was hot, and it was
including the doll room.
And they were all the same temperature.
Yeah.
Like we're not lying to you. They're all the same temperature.
So, but then when we re-entered the doll room, once all the lights were off, it was cold. Like the temperature was noticeably different.
It just
inside.
dropped. And basically, some of our viewers said that it was because the light was off, and so the temperature would drop.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, then the other rooms,
the whole upstairs temperature would have changed, but it wasn't altered. Just that room was cold.
Just that room.
We literally went out again, and it was hot. We went in, and it was cold.
And it wasn't just cold; it was abnormally cold.
Like as if the aircon had been switched on.
Exactly.
But there's no aircon.
It was just so strange. And so basically, we knew that we were dealing with something that was there.
We did a few EVPs, and some things came through, which definitely, and again I got chills and actual goosebumps when it was happening.
Oh man, it was crazy.
It definitely seemed like there was some type of energy in that room. That was the most active, I would say, the most active room as far as the feeling you got and the EVPs that came through. So that room specifically would actually be nice also to spend quite a bit of time in. Because like the whole house might not have a certain feeling or energy, but sometimes you get a certain room where something is attached to and it's lingering behind.
I think we came across a reading where the name came up. What was the name?
Jack?
Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, that little boy apparently.
And it felt like it was sort of also a childish energy.
Child, yeah. Because we asked a few questions and stuff like that. We told it, like, can you move the light like in the ceiling light, can you move it, chandelier? And he said no, and we were like, well, maybe it could be a child because we can't reach the roof.
And maybe he's attached to one of those dolls or toys or something that's in there.
Yeah, I really thought, guys, like, I mean, in the beginning of the video, we teased you guys about that doll moving, and for me personally, I really genuinely thought that the doll had moved its head.
With our minds,
It was freaking out, the goosebumps were going, but when we reviewed the footage, nothing.
It didn't move. But for some reason, when we looked back at it, we thought that it had moved.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the doll itself never freaked us out. I don't know why we freaked out so much when we thought it moved. Maybe there was some kind of something pulling us towards that specific doll.
It could, maybe what we were communicating was attached to that doll, and that's why it felt that why we got a weird vibe from it.
Yeah, and so, basically near the end of the video, you guys could see that we said that the temperature started like normalizing.
Yeah, it actually increased visibly.
So basically, like whatever was there had moved.
Yeah.
And we didn't really go after it. Because we already had spent a lot of time filming and stuff like that, and it was getting late, and we didn't want to keep the.
Because I mean, obviously people had to open up for the special arrangements and that. So,
But we definitely like to go back there and
what we saw outside that building across the street, that it's called the Summit. I don't know if it was like an event structure or a hotel or something, but it's totally abandoned as well. We would like to put it on our list, but we actually did see people entering and exiting through the fence. So people are going in at night, and I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. So I think if we did go there, the first time will be in the day to just check it out and see what's going on there. If we ever went back at night, we'd obviously have to take more precautions.
Yeah, no, we're really cool. I mean, I don't know. I would like to go back to this. I would like to go to the Summit sometime.
Yeah.
But as you said,
it is dangerous.
It is dangerous.
And it's also, again, a bad part of the city.
It is. Why we're going to this bad part of the city.
So,
see what you guys we do for you guys. So yeah, so basically after that we spent like a week deciding where we would go next because we done a lot of building related videos and stuff like that, and so we're like, well, let's try something more natural. And so when you guys saw our next video, the intro was more of a foresty kind of vibe, and so basically we decided to go and explore the Settlers Valley.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
So that, because we started off from the top, and we had to walk down to sort of descend into the valley.
Oh yeah.
And then once you get down, then you can sort of walk straight. It's not like overgrown.
No.
Unless you go off the trail, then it's the bush, the forest, and that is quite thick.
Which we couldn't help ourselves.
We did,
course.
yeah.
So we had to go off the trail, guys.
We did go off for a little bit, and we found that little wall, that remnants of the wall or something. I don't know what it was originally. If it was just a wall, it could have been originally it was walled off like that, the valley, but I mean, there's no real way of knowing specifically. So.
Another comment. Oh, so Shannon asks, comments again, and the creepy dolls staring at you. Oh, so basically reacting to the doll room again. Yeah, the dolls were creepy when they were staring at us.
And it is like they're just staring at you.
Yeah, and it was weird because we saw very old dolls, and not just like old dolls. I mean like dolls that's of characters like old like characters like drawings, and they created the dolls out of those drawings, and it was
like
just
that
really
Felix the cat.
Felix the
but
cat.
But the way they made it look was so like warped.
Yeah, it was
like a mutant Felix the cat.
It was just very freaky. So yeah, going back to the Settlers Valley, it was a nice long walk. I enjoyed it, and it was nice and fresh. The oxygen there was very refreshing and natural too. You didn't have all that city smell and stuff like that. Really pure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so much plant life, and it's by a stream, like a little sort of river.
That was very nice to see.
So we walked through, and we actually then at the end of the valley, we ended up getting back to St. Mary's Cemetery.
Oh yeah, guys. Yeah. That is where we found the Reverend McLennan's gravestone they found over.
That was laying face down.
Yeah, that was quite sad actually to see it in that state.
And then the one section at the end, also when it started getting more closer towards the harbour, all of those businesses and buildings that were closed, and how like it was like a little ghost town.
Yeah. I didn't put that in the footage because it was a very long walk through that little. That town that was very empty and
it was like
apocalyptic almost.
It was basically just a few warehouses and businesses, but they closed on a weekend. So it was just quiet, but still like all the little streets and stuff, but just with absolutely nothing going on, and felt kind of. There was one guy that was walking through. He greeted him. He didn't greet back. He just carried on walking.
It was dodged like that specific part of town where the cemetery is known for its dodge.
It's not safe in the day or at night really at any time.
Yeah, it's not good at all. But if you guys want to see that footage, I mean, there's nothing to it. It's kind of boring. But if you guys would like to see what we saw and how apocalyptic vibe it looked, we'll put it on YouTube and or put it on social media even, and you guys can take it.
Yeah, might maybe just post it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, it would be cool to see that. Yeah, and it was very cool. I mean, when we were in the Settlers Valley, we actually went off that first hum. We went over the bridge, and then we went through a gap of trees.
Yeah.
And we thought it would go somewhere interesting, but it actually just went into like a river.
Yeah.
It was very short distance, and we're like, oh well, let's just cut through the bush and get back on the path.
But we also went under that bridge where there was the graffiti.
Oh yes, that graffiti. How can we forget? And had all that signs and stuff.
So there was like a pentagram and an ankh and some other unknown symbol. But then on the other side there was some nice like a tiger.
Yeah.
But there was some mattresses. It looks like somebody stays under the bridge.
Yeah. There's a lot of that was the word I was looking for. That I didn't say it, but there was a lot of propaganda posters on the walls. But it was very faded. But you could see it was propaganda of like the South African political stuff happening. And so we were like, well, I guess they care a lot about the stuff.
Yeah. But it was quite interesting. Yeah. There was actually some people fishing in the river.
But this thing was a weird thing though. There's people who were a bit dodgy and strange. I didn't really understand what they were doing there.
They could be the people living under the bridge. It's not impossible.
They didn't really look homeless, but they didn't look like they had a home either. It was
strange.
And they were fishing with like a stick. stick with guns kind of thing. That was just the way to say it.
So that, yeah, I don't think. And people, if they go fishing, that's not where they would go.
Yeah.
Like there, it's not like.
No, there's no fish there. It's just a lot of
cool
cool
like probably little fish, but nothing you can eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that happened there too, like when we came to that bridge where all the graffiti is, we climbed. That bridge is basically not a highway, but a main road.
It is a road.
It's a big road, and we climbed up where there's a what do we call it? A restaurant.
Yeah.
So we basically climbed up on the grass area from the bridge where people were actually eating.
Yeah, we walked right. Yeah, because the restaurant's outside section is right next to the river.
Yeah, it's like right there. So we climbed up and the people were looking at us and we're like all sweaty and dirty and we're like, well, this is kind of weird.
But I think they knew we weren't like we weren't vagrant or homeless because we had like cameras.
We had cameras
and backpacks and stuff.
And so we just basically walked right past them, like further down, and we then had our drink of water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very funny.
And then that's when we started to get close to the harbour section and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And the cemetery, and then we had to walk back.
And I really thought that we could actually reach the harbour from where we are, but it actually really turns into a what do you call it?
Well, it just stopped. It's like
it turns into like it goes into the ocean, guys. It goes like straight from turning to a river.
Yeah,
it turns
and
into
it goes into the harbour and it goes out to sea.
So there was no place for us to walk unless we walked over the street into the Dodge area.
Yeah, and as you get closer to that area, it's not really that safe to go under the bridges and that type of thing where nobody can see you.
Yeah.
So,
but it was a very good experience and it was a good adventure that we saw.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of more of a nature thing. So
Yeah.
if you guys like that sort of nature hikes and seeing that type of thing as well, just for exploration purposes really and interest. I mean, nature is quite interesting anyway as well.
Yeah.
So,
If you guys want to see more nature videos and us actually talking about different type of wildlife and stuff like that, going on nature adventures, not like paranormal or like urban.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments or on social media, and if we get enough comments or votes on it.
Yeah,
We'll
there's definitely a lot of those locations.
There's a lot of, especially in Port Elizabeth and in our Eastern
surrounding
Cape.
areas.
There's a lot.
So yeah, then after that we had our episode where we investigated those World War II structures, the old or communication battery where they had the guns mounted on the roof. They were actually constructed. They weren't really participating in World War II itself, but they did build the structures as a precautionary measure in case Germany or Japan invaded the coast.
Yeah, funny enough, when we were planning this video, our most recent video with the World War II stuff, I actually was speaking to my father about it, and he was like, no, World War II never reached South Africa and stuff. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so when we actually invited our friend Reese, who came with us and explained everything, I was like, oh.
It was precautionary
measures. Precautionary measures. I was like, okay, well, no, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting though. We've always seen these bunkers like around the Cape and stuff like that. We never actually went there.
But that one specifically, I've never seen. I didn't know.
No
idea.
I had no idea it was there.
I've never been up that road. And that was, so I mean, when we were walking around there, we got into some of it, some of the sections we were able to go inside.
Yeah.
But then there was one section where
they locked the gate was locked.
It was locked.
Yeah, so like padlock.
Somebody had called it the clubhouse. That's what they spray painted and pointed with arrows.
Probably like a gangsters or something like that.
Or even kids, either or.
Yeah.
But in any case, that was locked. So that's another place we'll have to go back with a ladder, and then we'll be able to access the top section and just see what's in there. But also quite a lot of graffiti. We were able to get on the roof at least, so it was a very nice view, but unfortunately it was very windy as well.
Yeah, I know, we choose our days, eh?
Well, the wind is like blowing every day, so can't really help
especially in our city there's a lot of wind, and there was
during summertime we get a lot of wind, so you can't really get away from that. I think just the next time we might have to have a bit of a different mic or something for the wind, because it interferes with, especially if somebody's trying to describe relevant information and stuff. It's not, when the wind's blowing, it's not that clear.
Sure.
But what we did see from that roof, that big forest separating that, and we said we can go through that if people would like to see a nature episode.
Yeah, that's actually a big session. Is that Nature's Valley?
No, Nature's Valley is more to Tacoma.
Completely opposite direction.
No, and there's no trail through there.
No,
So should we literally
bush.
just be fighting and cutting through bush?
So like we've got a panga, so we can
Yeah.
cut through there.
So, but it looked like it was, because it's quite a far distance.
Yeah. And so basically in the World War II building there we were in, we saw the room was also a bit burnt as well. Like they had a fire to keep warm, and the bed was burnt, eh?
Yeah, the mattress.
The mattress was burnt.
Because that was
strange.
now, yeah, when we got into the one section below,
Yeah.
then when that room was from the outside, that's where there's iron windows in the door that we couldn't open from the outside.
Yeah.
So it was dark in there, we needed the torch a bit. But there had definitely been fires inside, the mattress was burnt up as well.
Crazy.
So somebody had, I don't think that people have been staying in it for a little while now. Because now, obviously, right across the road, there's some quite immaculate apartments, luxury apartments and things like
Yeah,
that.
like at least 5-star guys.
Yeah, so I think that obviously now if those people notice vagrants and things going inside, they immediately call the police or armed response services or something to remove them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, luckily again, the people did see us, but obviously they could see we weren't there to damage it or do like vandalize it or anything. So
they would have known. There actually was a family, a vehicle with a family that they came past.
Yeah.
And they were looking at us, but obviously they didn't seem too shocked because they
Yeah,
saw we
I
had backpacks on a camera.
Yeah, I think people sort of realize what you're there for. It looks
Yeah.
like you're documenting something.
Exactly. So we weren't worried about it.
I think that's the fortunate thing for us. I think when we are doing that type of thing, is that people, at least if they have a little bit of common sense and able to observe.
A little bit of common sense.
Yeah, they can see that we're not like. I mean, when people are there with backpacks and cameras and things, obviously you're not there to do anything untoward, most likely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it was very fun. And then later on, well, after we finished exploring the first location, we went to go to the military base.
Yeah.
Well, we just took a chance, guys, and we're like, oh, let's go take a look at some military.
Yeah, we wanted
weapons.
to see some of the. Yeah, we wanted to see some of the cannons or something.
Yeah.
Cannons, but I mean the artillery guns.
The anti-aircraft.
Yeah,
cannons.
So which are still there.
Yeah.
We did talk to somebody there, and we did get a contact number. So it is a place that we'll be going back. We just have to phone to get all the proper authorization because I mean obviously it's an operational military base.
It's a military base.
It's literally,
we just rock up there and like with cameras and everything like, oh,
yeah, so
what are we gonna do?
It's literally a military base.
Yeah,
it's operational. So he says if you get authorization, so yeah, we'll phone ahead, we'll get the authorization necessary, and then we'll most likely go back there. We might be able to walk around a little bit as well and just see what else is there for interest's sake. So yeah, but obviously the way that it operates, everything needs to be authorized and go through all the channels. I mean, it has to be like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, also part 2 is going to come out soon as well.
Yeah.
Because we found another one of these batteries or bunker / structures.
Yeah, lookup points for the World War II.
Yeah, this one was actually up on a hill. I don't want to give too much away out of the video, but basically it's up on a hill. We had to go up a lot of steps to get to it. Kind of similar to the first one, but maybe not so big.
Yeah.
But also very interesting. There was a bit of climbing involved.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in part 2 where we explored that section as well. So that's still coming out.
Yeah, we didn't release anything this week, guys, because we were very busy and tied up with our own personal work stuff, and we were busy doing a lot of other things. But next week, with the following week that's coming up, we're going to release part 2.
Yeah.
And maybe something else for you guys.
Yeah.
See we can do.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's so far, guys, the journey through our channel and the things we've done has been really, really fun and interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
And we thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't just do it because we want to get like views and stuff like that. We do it because we enjoy the adventure, and that's why we started this. It's a thrill.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like thrill seeking.
Yeah, it was just, that's why we climbed the bridge. Like the suicide bridge, we just climbed up it. We didn't care about ropes and stuff. We just did it because we personally want to see what's up there. And so but there are other things that we want to do that's more daring and things that we want to try. But without you guys,
because I think you guys like to see it when we're kind of taking risks and stuff as well, because it's thrilling. It's thrilling viewing. Obviously, you can die, but I mean,
obviously.
it's not, still makes for good viewing. So.
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely more of that type of stuff coming up.
For sure, for sure. And if you guys like to see more of the content and what we do, please support us, guys. Share with your friends. Get some support as well.
Yeah.
And definitely do more. Eh?
I mean, still, yeah, if we can get more views, more subscribers, obviously, as the channel grows, we'll be able to get, we can get different equipment, we'll be able to get to further locations. So as that happens, we'll be able to give you guys more as well. So I mean, just like, share, subscribe, recommend it to other people. Like today was our first live stream.
Yeah.
So,
and so far so good. So
yeah. Let us know. I don't know how long it's been.
I really don't know.
Like, I think it's what's the time? 12, around about 12:30. So
let's take a look over here. It's been an hour, it's an hour and a half. But yeah, guys, you know, as Jason said, the more views and stuff we get, and the more subscribers we get, the further we can go away from our city as well and explore.
There's plenty in the country.
Yeah, explore further. And so if you guys keep liking and subscribing and getting your friends and everyone in, we can definitely do more content, because we definitely are the first to do it in our city.
No, definitely.
I think I know South Africa.
There is a group of paranormal investigators in Port Elizabeth, but just the thing is, you don't really hear much from them or that they're doing anything.
Yeah.
They might be useful just to
collaborate
be in contact with, because I mean, they'll have a lot to offer, I'm sure.
Yeah, really cool.
There's Shannon saying, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true. That's true.
So, but we'll keep it. It's not. We most likely won't be keeping safe. we'll try our best.
We'll try our best. But we're definitely gonna try and venture more off and stuff like that. And as we create more content for you guys, we're gonna be releasing different type of content as well. Maybe like vlogs or something like that, or Q&As.
Even little short videos of something interesting that we happen to just pass by. Or
so if you guys, so basically guys, without you guys commenting and stuff like that, we wouldn't be able to make such videos and stuff. So guys, keep doing that. And
because also the main purpose of the live stream is also to just get a little bit of feedback and interact with you guys and see if there's any questions you had or anything you'd like to recommend or any comments that you have. So I mean, that's. And
even when the live stream finishes, guys, you guys can still comment, and we'll still look at all the comments.
Because once the live stream's over, it will still be available for viewing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it can still be viewed after that, and you can still leave comments for us. We will read them. We will see them.
For sure.
We'll respond. We'll take up your guys' recommendations, because obviously we want to give you. I mean, we're doing our own thing, but we want to give you guys stuff that you want to see as well. Otherwise, I mean, it is at the end of the day. It's for our entertainment, but it's for your entertainment as well. We want you guys to enjoy what you're doing as much as what we are enjoying.
And as you can see in the comments that we've had, like over a few months of filming and stuff like that, you guys want us to break the paranormal wall, it seems.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can create more content like that.
As one of the previous comments mentioned about the Ouija board, we'll be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And some of these challenges that you see on YouTube. The only difference is there's a lot of those challenges that are faked. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We're not going to fake it. If nothing happens, nothing happens. If something does happen, well, that's good.
So that is one of the things that came up when we were discussing the editing and stuff like that. We're like, some people they only film the good stuff, and basically we decided we want to film everything, and if we don't catch something, you guys will know about it, and if we do catch something, it is real.
So any responses or reactions you see will be, if nothing happens, well then nothing happens. But the thing is, at least we tried still.
Yeah.
So we'll be trying some of those challenges. Maybe, we'll do the Ouija board. Maybe we'll try the Charlie, that Sarah Sarita challenge, the one with the coin. All of that type of things. If we get a response, that'll be good. Obviously, if we don't, well, we try this also.
And this building that we're in right now, while we're sitting here, we're definitely going to do something here. One of the episodes will be in this building at night.
Yeah, we'll be able to sleep as well.
For sure, we've got actually contacts here so we can do some stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do an overnight here, maybe like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and see what we can find.
Definitely.
Maybe there'll be...
Maybe we can set up some UV lights and a red light, something like that.
Yeah, we are looking into getting better equipment. for filming and EVPs and stuff like that. But as I say, guys, without your support, it's not going to be possible. But you guys are helping us, and you guys are making it possible for us. So it's really helpful.
Because obviously everything costs money.
Everything does cost money.
There's nothing you can do to get away from that.
Yeah. So, but we're doing well so far, and
it's been enjoyable. I hope you guys have been enjoying it as much as we have. So yeah, as we end, don't hesitate to. I mean, the video will still be available for watching. Comments can still be left.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll respond. We'll read them. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed our first live stream. It seemed it's actually been a really long time.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like.
It doesn't feel like a long time at all.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed talking to you guys because I mean we do talk to you guys in the videos, but this was specifically for that purpose.
Yeah, it's very, very cool, and yeah.
So, but I think we can wrap it up with that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
cool.
pretty much, we've gone through the comments, did a bit of a recap of our season 1.
And if you guys have missed anything, if you guys got questions, still comment and everything, don't forget to like and subscribe and share.
If you haven't already, the sharing also helps.
Yeah.
I mean, if one person shares a video on their Facebook wall, somebody else sees it, they like it, they share it. I mean, that's also a very good aspect of it.
Because if you guys share and someone else shares, it definitely makes a difference for us as well.
Definitely. I mean, every view is a positive thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, whether someone likes or dislikes, the views are still a positive thing.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. That's true. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. We've definitely enjoyed this live stream, and there'll be more of it to come.
Definitely, we'll some of our future live streams will actually be at locations that we are exploring or investigating as well, perhaps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and
cool.
Stay tuned for our upcoming stuff, guys.
Awesome, guys.
All right, thanks a lot.
Cool.
Guys.
Cheers.